been told by the administrator that I gotta cut the intro. So,
I mean, it is a scotch long for just the music, but that's okay. It's fun.
well, we haven't gotten dinged yet on the music, so I think
we have not. But I'm just, I was just saying, the people waiting in anticipation, which there's zero right now.
Yeah, well, it builds up. It builds up over time. Welcome to Stargeekz. Again, episode 6 of Ahsoka. Glad I'm here. My name is Sean.
Well, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
This is Ed.
And this is Kenneth, keeping it honky.
Oh, shit, I forgot. I don't care. I forgot that was your tagline.
Black Dynamite, baby.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, we remember that from Black Dynamite when we did that review. That was good. Good time.
Yeah, that was great. Man, this week, man, Ahsoka, man, I'm through the roof, but I will start with you. What did you think of this week's episode of Ahsoka?
You know what? For most of the episode, I had a big smile on my face. It was really good. I think that intro, that's why I said it. Like, both me and Jenny were just like, "Oh, that's really good." Like, it could mean a lot of things, right? But on the surface, just that little, for all the fans, right? Like, it can mean a lot. Like, we could be talking about like this whole lore of this series and how he might be telling this entire saga series, everything from his perspective to other younglings. You know what I mean? It could be like that a Newhart show kind of thing, where at the end of all of this, all of a sudden he's just telling a whole new group of younglings in a new temple somewhere this entire series that we've been watching for 40 some odd years, right? But it was just a good throwback. I loved Dave Filoni's infatuation with wolves, getting that wolf, which was awesome. He was awesome looking, and Jenny was like, "Oh my god, he's so cute!" And like, she always loves the creatures. Again, we finally get Thrawn, we finally get Ezra, we finally get here. I'm very interested to see what Baylan wants. I think that's the big key of this episode, is trying to figure out what that end game is.
I have a theory on it.
For him. Yeah, we'll talk. We can talk theories too. But I loved it. I loved the episode. I thought it was really good. The stormtroopers looked fantastic. Love.
Yes.
This is right from the ship, like everything, the markings, everything perfect, right from that episode of Rebels. So. I mean, this is they're not hiding it anymore, right? This is literally just Rebel season, 4 or 5? But it's just. I mean, that's what they should. They calling it Ahsoka. They should have called it Rebel. But I mean, that's what it should be. Yeah. But it's great. It was great, and I love Thrawn here, especially when he was talking with Sabine. Like, basically, the fate of the galaxy was because you wanted to find Ezra. Basically destroy the galaxy because of that, in his view, right? Yeah. So it's great. I keep talking. I'll throw it to
Ed, pull your mic back just a little bit, because I can hear you like, I can hear every breathe.
It's the Darth Vader.
I was going to say, I'm going to start singing every breath you take. So.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead. Tell me what you think. What you thought of this episode?
It kind of falls in line with my thoughts on most of them. Really enjoyed it. There's a lot of pieces, and we can get into the detail as far as, again, those echoes to Star Wars past, where they kind of mimic and fall into play. I love when they get deep into the characters, because that's one of the things in a lot of shows I always think is lacking, is the character development. Same thing that Alil just mentioned, the Baylan, that is fantastic, and I love him as a character. I'm so sad that we know that where that's ultimately going to go. Of course, like every one of them, there are certain aspects of it. The ease of finding Ezra that I'm like, what the hell? Like, seriously? You just went to a whole nother galaxy and you found a bunch of hermit crabs and they brought you right to them. Wasn't that hard. So little things like that.
They were turtle people. I don't think they were crabs.
They were
Well,
Teenage
a little
Mutant Turtles.
hermit crab eye stalks. So,
That's true.
but I mean, other than that, I did enjoy it, and I'm very excited for the future and to see what we get as a payoff in these next 2 episodes.
Kenna?
No, as a fan of the books back in the '90s, those original Thrawn books, as well as the X-Wing books, that series, X-Wing series, was a big favorite of mine. I'm loving every second of this, and it goes to my theory that we're going to see Thrawn essentially destroy the New Republic. Now he'll probably kind of die in the process. I think he'll lose in the end, and obviously Palpatine's still in the background doing his stuff because I don't think. We're not going to see the sequel trilogy tossed aside, but I do think we'll see a lot of good stuff explaining why the Republic is gone and the First Order rose to power throughout these TV series.
All right, Rebel Avengers saying they are hermit crab people, so I want to give them a shout out for that.
But if they do not play Thrawn's theme from the Rebel show,
They did.
Not the pipe organs.
Not the pipe organs.
Okay.
Not the pipe
but
organs.
they did play his theme.
They played something, yeah.
There was some kind of a tone when they first showed up. And dude, does it look like those stormtroopers have been through some shit? Yeah. I mean, those guys do whatever they've dealt with while they've been exiled for 15 years. They looked awesome. Each of them have their own style.
I think they're dead. I think they're zombies.
I agree, Lil. I think they're dead.
I think the Night Sisters brought them back because he said, "I need to use your dark magic again." I think all of them, are dead.
Yeah, the Night Sisters are good for bringing a motherfucker back to life. So
yeah, true.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I don't think you are. That's what I think when I saw it.
That's why the ribbon. That's why I think they're all surrounded by that red ribbon. Because that is all like Night Sister shit. So, like, to me, I think that they're all dead. And something else that you got. Well, Kev, I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'm gonna jump in. But yeah.
No, I mean that's pretty good. I mean we can just kind of work our way through the episode now, and
But let me tell you real quick. I think that to me, Balin's whole thing is, and this is my theory on that, is that he wants the world between worlds. I'm convinced
that could be it. I think he's looking for some kind of balance. I don't know if it's the world between worlds or balance.
I think
he talked about that.
Like, I'm gonna tell you. Because I got a clip of it, and I'm like, what he's saying is just like, oh man, like he's gonna try to restart. I don't think that's gonna happen, but he's gonna try. And
so kind of like Reva in the Obi-Wan show, you think he's kind of got his own motives that aren't necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it seems like everyone who survived Order 66 in some way has their own motives. They're all pissed. They're all pissed that that what they believed in went down so easily, and because. If you look at it, like it was all self-inflicted wounds in a sense, right? Because the Jedi Order followed Palpatine. They were following his orders, right? And then they were twisted by it. Yoda is supposed to be this supreme Jedi and was clouded. Like all these Jedi were nothing because Palpatine had them.
Well, it's a 1,000 years of peace that just, they were great warriors that were just, completely blinded to what was happening around them.
Right. And was it hubris, right? Was it,
totally.
So it's probably what Balin saw, right? And then knowing Anakin was the one that did this all and seeing that, but not knowing what we know about Anakin. That I feel kind of like became the balance again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if it's he wants the world between worlds or if he wants, because he says he's tired of the rise and the fall and the rise and the fall again.
Game of Thrones reference right there.
Do you think he probably just wants to destroy everything?
Oh yeah, that's right. No long form television guy.
This is killing me. This proves it, right? Like, come on, 2 episodes. I gotta wait 2 weeks to finish this thing off. Like, just tell it to me. Give it to me. I'll sit in the theater for 10 hours and watch it all if that's what it takes. Just give it to me in one shot. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just thinking, Balin, like his goal might just be destroy everything.
I don't know if it's to destroy everything or if it's to start it over differently.
The reset button. He's looking for the reset button.
Sean's famous reset button. You know, it's that. But is it a reset button where he's the one who is kind of teaching? Because he even says to what's her face? I always like Shin, right?
Yeah, Shin Hati.
And it was funny because I was watching. What was I just trying to watch? I was trying to Screen Crush, and they were actually talking. I didn't realize that Balin and Shin were the wolves chasing on, the mythology between them and Ragnarok and stuff. I was like,
I've seen that too, though. Yeah.
That's an interesting kind of take on it. So, Fernando says that he thinks that Shin's going to kill Balin.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's that theory I got too.
I don't think that she's got the mojo to take. I think his skill level's too great to, unless she gets help.
Well, I was going to say, does she get help or does she get the jump on him, right? You know what I mean? Like, he's not expecting it. Kind of like Kylo Ren taking out Snoke. I don't think Snoke was expecting Kylo to. Of course, we're going to bring up Snoke and.
So, do you guys agree that this was Filoni's kind of spin on the 3 trilogies, 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, this definitely.
All right. Yeah,
I agree.
But here's the question, right? She said part 1's the best.
She did.
What's part 1 in chronological order or in release
order?
I think
is it A New Hope or is it because Ahsoka's part of the prequels, right? Like that prequel lore is where Ahsoka is.
Yes, that's what I think she's talking about.
I was
she's talking about the prequels.
Yeah,
I don't agree with her, but that's what she's talking about.
Okay, here we go. Whoever's watching, I want to hear the votes. If you guys are watching, or if you follow up later, what do you think it is? Because Ed thinks it's a prequel. Sean, you think it's the original trilogy?
I think it's the original trilogy. Yeah.
Kenneth, what are you thinking here?
Original trilogy.
Original trilogy.
Yeah.
It's got to be the original trilogy.
It's gotta be.
I agree, but when I was thinking about it, I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what Filoni's thinking here." Because, like, is it his? Because he had his hands in it.
Yes, that's where I think it is because it's written by Filoni and it's being spoken by Ahsoka. So the two of them Filoni has made no secret that the prequel trilogy is where his bread and butter and he likes the most. True. So I think that's his way of saying, hey, you know what?
Fernando says original trilogy.
So,
yeah.
I understand. I get that. I do. And I do think part of it, I do feel that. But then I'm like, but I'm sure his love started with the original trilogy. Even though it's his bread and butter, the love is George and what George built. And then he got to help.
I mean, I hope that's the case because obviously I'm an original trilogy guy myself, but I think he's calling out the prequels.
I don't know. Well, that's crazy, but listen. I don't know what
I mean, it's much lore there with Clone Wars animated and everything. Like, it still doesn't. I mean, nothing's better than Empire, but that's.
Well, yes. I don't know.
To say the prequel trilogy, maybe only because she's not in the original trilogy. I mean, have we ever gotten an explanation of where she was, what she was doing?
No, we haven't gotten that explanation. We don't know.
Oh, yes. Well,
we've gotten tidbits that she's been off on her own doing things.
Yeah, she was off on her own during when everything happened. She actually was on another planet, actually helping other people because
the farmers.
The Empire was actually taking kyber crystals and harvesting the kyber crystals to power the Death Star. So that was the whole thing in the Ahsoka book. So like that was in between.
Well, was that in a novel or a comic?
That was in a book. That was in a novel book. That's canon.
Interesting. So so that's canon. So I guess we do know. I don't know because I don't read.
I don't read either. It was an audio book.
I know, that's why I was always joking with you
Come
and
on,
Steve.
man.
You guys listen. You don't read because you're like, oh, I read this book. I'm like, no, you didn't. You listened to the book. So-
Oh yeah, I listen to the book all the time. I don't play that game. It's real out there in the field.
Well,
All right.
and so much for the rebirth of Ahsoka the White. She went back to Ahsoka the Brooding for the 3 minutes of screen time we got for her in this episode.
I don't know about
It's
that.
just
I mean,
like,
but she smiled again. She was toying with. I mean, she was like, "Yeah, read me a story. You know, tell me a story." You know, so I mean,
well,
I
after
don't
she didn't like the way the conversation was going, when he's like, "Well, it might have been the only choice." Just, I don't agree with that.
I love the title.
Sure.
Far,
So-
far away. I love that.
Yeah.
I just love
Yes.
that. I love when he just started saying "in a galaxy far, far away." I thought that was amazing. Like that.
Well,
was-
and that's what I'm saying because we always thought it was us being told from in a galaxy far, far away. But is it him telling us these stories about a galaxy far, far away? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm like getting at. I'm like that's very
That's a good one.
interesting.
Yeah. So we're here, and we get to see Sabine. She's locked up in some, I guess, in a ship, I guess, and then
Brig.
yeah, and we're talking about like this was cool. I really did love this part where they traveled through this planet, and this is where all the whales come to die. I was like, oh, that's fucking sick.
Yes.
And this is a planet where the Night Sisters were born and raised, and like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I don't know the name of the planet. Maybe somebody else knows the name of the planet.
Well, I have a question. Were they born here? Like, did they start there and migrate to our galaxy? So meaning there's already.
That's what it sounded like because she said that this is their ancestral home.
Yeah, they used to ride the whales.
And Rancors.
They're not human, even though some of them look very human, right? They're all a different race technically. Or can you become a Night Sister?
I think the Night Sisters are a race. I don't think that they're different.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but if you interspecies, you're mixing things up, and that's why you got Morgan here, who looks different but still has Night Sister blood in her, right?
Yeah.
And she's not thousands of years old because like the stories that that's why Balin looked freaked out, is because the stories that they've been telling in the Jedi Temple for years, for hundreds of years.
But this could be all this her whole face could be a facade. Like her shit could she can live. She's bald, but she has that tattoo on her head. So she must have been bald at one point. But Asajj Ventress actually grew hair too after Clone Wars. And she, in her storyline, she went off to do something, in her storyline, but she ended up growing hair later on. So I don't know if that's a thing. I'm not 100% sure how these Night Sisters work. I don't know how their lineage works, but it's something there.
Show that. Okay, pause on that space ring. I've got a theory. Remember in Attack of the Clones when Obi-Wan Kenobi had his hyper ring?
Yes.
That's going to go around the front of the Star Destroyer.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's why they built it so good.
Yeah. I can see that. It's cool though. Love her ship. That ship is really cool as shit.
It looks like Dune.
Yeah, it does look like Dune. Yo, there's some Dune shit here, man. That's really like these witches kind of remind me of the Dune witches. And I was like,
I want to know the significance of gold because they have a lot of gold, both what's tied into the stormtrooper armor, what they use to repair the Chimera, her ship and the ring. I mean, there's a lot of.
I think what I read in an article, it has to do with I think it's like a Japanese lore thing where they tie, how they fix broken armor.
Yeah,
that is a Japanese thing, like how they used. Although you're right, that is like a whole. They would reforge the armor, and
but there's a lot of that here too because when Balin calls Ezra,
but they do love gold.
I forgot what kind of Jedi he called him, but it's
the Boken.
Boken, yeah,
which is because that's the wooden stick.
Yeah,
good call. It's land of dreams and madness. I don't know if this is even the part I should be on, but whatever. I think I might have jumped.
And did you notice that the the background here, it's
Yeah,
almost the
Xanos is
same.
very Roman Empire too. In the the stormtrooper, that one dude,
Oh
with the
yeah,
gold face. Yeah,
Yeah, it's beautiful though.
I was thinking that the henge where they were on Cetos, it's the same as this, but the one on Cetos is weathered. It has the same kind of pillars with the same kind of markings. It's almost identical.
Mm.
Yo,
I'd love to kind of screen match them together to see.
yeah, I'll let you. I'll try to do that at some point. Well, because also in Fallen Jedi, like in Fallen Order, same shit. Like this is all the pillars in Dathomir. Like all this stuff is like the same kind of building stuff that the Night Sisters build. Like that's how their structures are built. So it's really cool. And
This is setting up Filoni's movie. This is what's happening here, man.
Dude.
He's gonna have a movie where he's bringing everybody in. It's gonna tie everything. It's gonna be a big ass,
I'm hoping maybe, but I would love to see a backstory on Balin. Like,
it's gonna be heir to the Empire. That's gonna be the movie.
Yeah.
Well, we could see a backstory. I mean, we could see some of his backstory if they do like a Obi-Wan season 2. Because I mean, he's already turning bad by then. Well, obviously, they'd have to recast younger.
But I love the story here that he's telling, and like he's saying that listen, the fall of the Jedi, the rise of the Empire, it just keeps going around. It's a cycle. But it is a cycle because if you go even further back, it's the same shit.
Well, if you just watching these 3 trilogies, we've seen it twice.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, twice, 3 times. Yeah, like what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like it keep happening. It's always something, and then it repeats again and again and again. Now, Ed, I was talking to Ed earlier, and he's talking about Thrawn's power, and he's like, that power is just fleeting. Like everybody wants that kind of power, but the real power is what he says is what I seek is the beginning. And that's where I was saying that he wants the world between worlds. So he can go back to the beginning and reset everything. And he says right here, so I may finally bring the cycle to an end. So he wants to go back to the beginning and end the cycle. That's what I was saying. Like, he wants to go.
So does he want to destroy the world between worlds and start it over?
I think he wants to just
with
go
his
back.
knowledge.
I think he wants to go back to the past and restart what it's like going back. It's like saying going back to the future and you kill whatever started everything.
Yeah, like in Avengers where they say, why don't we just go back and kill baby Thanos?
Right. Right. But what he's seeking is the same power. And that power is the world between worlds is unlimited power. Like you can travel between worlds and go from the past to the future to the present. You can do whatever you want to do. And that is ultimate power.
It is. I don't know if he knows that because I know he's chasing this lore from what he was told as a youngling growing up. And I think everything points to this world as the starting point for force power because you've got the Dathomir witches who are starting here. We don't know the backstory, but is this where the birth of the force takes place? And so, because when he talks to Shin in an earlier episode, he's like, no, we want tons of power. So is his thought to, if I can turn off the faucet to the force, so there are no more force users and we are the only ones left, that makes us the most powerful. And that stops the wheel from turning. Because it's no more, you're on top, I'm on top, you're on top, I'm on top. I'm the only one with the power now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But that's current. Why would you want to go back to the beginning?
Well, I think that he's using it as a reference to like, we need to go back to where the force starts. That's the beginning that he's looking. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just all speculation.
Or is he looking at the beginning, like right now, right? Like it's right now the New Republic is at its peak, and he knows with Thrawn, Thrawn is going to bring that down to start, which will end up being the First Order. So that's where he wants to be at the beginning of the next cycle to lead that next cycle. I don't know. I mean,
I think he's trying to stop all the cycles. Well, I guess that's the Game of Thrones reference, which again you won't get. But yes, when she's like, this one's on top, then this one's on top. It's a constant wheel. I want to break the wheel.
Yeah.
So,
Shamir.
oh, so good.
Awesome.
Love the scene.
Awesome. And if anyone watched Rebels, everyone knows when the space whale blew into the side of that fucking Chimera.
Same spots.
It's right there.
Same spots. Attention to detail. Fantastic.
Yeah. Attention to fucking detail. And that thing looked amazing. Beautiful.
Yes.
I forgot that that it went away. I forgot all about that Ezra, like the whole ship just left. I forgot, and then I realized I was like, oh man. And the gold on this part, like, damn, they really do love gold. Like,
there's a lot of gold on this planet.
Man, and that, that logo on the bottom is always fucking beautiful. The Chiss logo.
So good.
Yeah. Beautiful, man. This whole scene was just epic. Like, it was just like, damn. That ship gets its own display stand.
That's what Sean. That's exactly what I was gonna text you. I was like, this thing has a display stand built in. You're gonna love it.
I need that, man. And then this part, man, was
I agree, Tim, man. Jedi's gotta see Ezra doing some Jedi moves here soon, or in the movie for sure.
Yeah. See, I have a very old, beat up set of stormtrooper armor that I have wondered what to do with. I now know what to do with.
Now you know.
Get some red hockey tape and just start wrapping
Enoch, Captain fucking Enoch. Are you fucking kidding me? He put a face on the goddamn fucking stormtrooper helmet. I need this helmet.
This is just,
this is coming out. You know this is coming out.
Oh yeah. This screams Roman Empire from the chanting, from the armor, every bit of it. This is Roman Empire.
Like the gladiator that Russell Crowe kills in the movie.
Oh yeah.
They had the mask. Yeah, Tin Man earlier mentioned something about like these stormtroopers ain't gonna miss because they've been through some shit.
I was thinking too. I was like, man, I hope these stormtroopers don't fucking miss. Like, I hope they're good.
Mm-mm.
So these troopers are called dark troopers.
Are they? Is that what it says?
Yeah, they're called dark troopers.
Don't we already have dark troopers?
Yeah.
No, or night troopers or something like that. So there's something
night troopers make sense.
Yeah,
because we had dark troopers in
it's night troopers. So because they're night sisters, night troopers. That's what I'm sorry, night troopers.
Correct. Which, if they're night troopers from the night sisters, that means there's a good chance they're all dead.
They're all dead,
and they're all zombies.
Although he says their numbers have dwindled. Like, if you're bringing back the dead, your numbers should be consistent.
So maybe they don't have enough power, right? Or maybe I don't know, bodies rot or.
So this is I have another theory here that Thrawn really wants to get out of this fucking galaxy. Why the fuck does he want to get out of this galaxy so badly?
Because there's nobody here.
Yeah.
I mean,
he wants to rule over people.
Or is there something else that's really fucking dangerous that's coming? Again, their numbers have dwindled. Why the fuck have their numbers dwindled? What if this place is so fucking empty?
8.
Why?
Well, he wants to rule, and again, you got nobody here, so
there's something else out there.
There's another.
Could be.
Yeah, because the Marauders wouldn't exactly be a big threat. They can just stay on their ship, floating above the surface, right? So the Marauders weren't a problem, unless they're foraging for food. Maybe
there's something else out there that's fucking way more dangerous than what Thrawn is leading on. That's why he wants to leave so badly, and his numbers have dwindled. When he looked at Morgan Elsmer, and she was like, "Why don't you send out more people?" He looked at her for like a good 10 minutes and was like, "Our numbers have dwindled. I'm only going to send out a couple dudes because I don't want to deal with what's out there." And I think something else is out there that's real fucking bad. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe that's why they're all banged up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, they dead. Like, they wasn't dead when they fucking left when Ezra took them away.
Maybe.
Well, if whatever's so dangerous, Ezra survived it.
Yeah.
What if Ezra's the dangerous thing they want to get away from?
I don't think it's Ezra, man. I think it's something else.
We didn't even see him use the Force yet.
I know.
He's been 15 years in solitude. Well, he's got his little,
hermit crab people. I thought they were turtles, but all right.
I saw spoilers without context. It shows little turtle dudes from Mario World. For those guys.
I got a question for y'all. How do y'all feel about Thrawn? How did y'all feel about his look? Like,
perfect.
I mean, I think he was talking about his belly.
It's
But
the
he's a
actor
little
who did
bigger,
the voice,
you know.
so he's not. I mean, I'd rather them go with the actor that did the voice.
Yeah.
You know, he's close enough shape rather than try to find somebody who's got the perfect face. And
I mean, I always felt like Benedict Cumberbatch could have done a great Thrawn. He would have been a great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with this. I'm fine with it.
The
Mars
one
is perfect.
The one piece right here that throws me off is kind of the timeline. So Balin already told Shin, he was like when he watched everything burn, he was just a little bit older than she was.
Mm-hmm.
Now Thrawn says that he was a general. He had to be the youngest Jedi general in the Clone Wars.
Well, Anakin was a general too, and he was a teen.
Yeah, but Anakin was the chosen one, so he had ability. He's a regular Jedi, unless their numbers are so low that it's like, and you're a general, and you're a general, and you're a general. So
I mean, they was making a lot of motherfuckers generals back then.
I was going to say, I think that's the case, right? When you're in midst of a war, I think for the most part, if you are capable,
as
you
long
lead,
as
right? Because they're leading
maybe
stormtroopers, clone troopers. You know, they don't want the clone troopers leading, so it's like we don't. I mean, there's not infinite amounts of Jedi, so I think that to me makes sense. I mean, he is older, and you know, in his grasp. I mean, we don't know how old she is. She could be in her 20s. I don't think she's a teenager,
right?
You know, and Sabine's older, so I mean, like if you're looking at this from the point of that, I mean,
yeah.
What do we say? How long has been since the end of Rebels? Right, 15 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Out there. Yeah.
That
So,
I'm going to debunk my own thought on that. In that, at the end of Clone Wars, Ahsoka was leading, and she's a teenager too. So yeah. I think at that point, anybody who's not a Padawan, you get to be a general.
Right.
yeah, probably.
If you're capable enough, and the Jedi sees that you're more experienced than what you are, then you're going to be a general. So
you don't even have to be a master to be a general.
Yeah, I do want to know who his master was, though. I'm very curious of that one.
Dooku.
I didn't know.
It wasn't.
But it wasn't. I love how that singular focus would reshape our galaxy, because he was talking about Sabine and her
for Ezra,
and her decision to go fight Ezra. I'm like, she done destroyed it for everybody. That wasn't the Starship parts.
Making dumb decisions. I mean, even that's what Ahsoka was warning her about. Like, you make this dumb decision. Mm-hmm. Yes, we all miss Ezra, but Ezra's not worth the galaxy.
Yeah. How'd you feel about the wolf? The wolf.
I love this thing. This guy was awesome.
It is awesome. I would love to have that creature. I really think this is a Phil Tippett design from the original concepts, but I'm not 100%. I gotta still look at it a little bit more, but I'm thinking it is, because he had 4 other original designs that he made for the Tauntaun that looked similar to that beast. So I'm curious.
I mean, you just know Dave Filoni loves wolf creatures, so that's where I was going.
The special effects for those things were amazing.
Great job.
And just the personality of him. Like, I loved it. Like, he was like sad, he was following her, she got mad at him, like he pouted. You know, I thought that was really good. Like, they bonded really quickly. So I was like, that's
good. This is a great scene right here where, you know, Sabine actually used her damn Mandalorian skills to actually do something. But then she pulls out this lightsaber and then knocks everybody off. But it was a good scene, though. I really did like it.
Yeah.
I love the Japanese reference too.
They're making Sabine. I'm like, I mean, they are and they're not. I mean, you got to understand, Sabine has Ezra as her family, right? Like,
are you talking about these guys, or are you talking about?
Yeah, the Japanese look to those guys.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
for sure. The samurai look. Oh yeah.
Tusken Raider-ish.
Every galaxy has their own version of Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, I did see Screen Crush, and he did compare. He compared a lot of this to fucking Lord of the Rings, like a lot of scenes.
Yeah, you can see that. I mean, we talked about it last week with Ahsoka the White, so I mean, it does make sense.
So this is what I'm curious of. What the hell?
What's in the boxes?
Oh yeah,
what's in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, are they dead? Like, it has to be the dead, right?
Paltrow's head. Paltrow's head.
Oh, I don't know, but dude, it's very interesting.
Bodies, all bodies.
But what bodies? Whose bodies? Are they Night Sister bodies? Are they
Something
No way
Catacombs.
they would be transporting clone troopers, or stormtroopers. Like that makes no sense.
Well, it's the
Especially because it's their cargo. It's the Night Sisters want it, so it's got to be something
Yes.
from that.
It's got to
Yeah.
be the dead, man. I
and it's
think
from their catacombs. What
I
else do you
don't
keep in
know.
the
I don't know if
catacombs?
I
Is
don't
it-
know. It's dangerous.
Why would you take their why would they take their dead to another planet?
Well, maybe that's again part of the whole. Let's go to the other universe and take over. We're gonna bring our dead, and we'll animate them there and send them off.
Which again would be more Lord of the Rings vibes, right? Because when Aragorn comes out with the army of the dead, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Again, during our exile, our numbers have dwindled. Why? Why? It's to escape the galaxy. Why do you want to escape this galaxy so badly? Like, what is the issue?
Yeah.
They gotta get away from the hermit crab people.
Yeah, maybe the Hellcats are they fucking real monsters or something.
they
It's
got,
like,
they got the herp.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to be honest with him, Sean, because he's in a Star Destroyer that can warp around. He's had 15 years to scout the galaxy. This galaxy has to be dead. There has to be, or something not good that he wouldn't want to stay there. Because if there was an entire galaxy he could conquer and people he could rule over, he just probably would have been fine staying there.
right.
Thinking he probably had no shot in hell getting back.
Yeah, there's something wrong. I'm telling you right now, there's a bigger bad out there that maybe not be no fucking joke, and we don't know yet.
I just told you what the bigger bad was. It was the herp. Taking out the troopers.
These little things right here got the hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, could that set up episodes 10, 11, and 12, where this threat from the other galaxy, like a plug is kind of plugs put into it, where it wasn't a factor for 7, 8, and 9?
Yes.
But
yes.
Now here they are.
That's what I'm thinking, man.
And that's why Rey is now brought into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was very Return of the Jedi-esque.
Yeah.
Little Ewok,
Oh,
Leia.
very much. I mean,
Well,
even the same
Lead
thing
you to our camp.
when Ezra
Yeah.
shows up here. It's the same thing like when they get to the Ewok village. It's like, oh wait, Leia just walks out in a whole new change of clothes. Like, hey guys. Ezra's the same thing. Like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah. Great Witch of Dathomir. Perhaps they flee a power greater than their own. Yo, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Something's chasing them.
Yes. Perhaps they flee a power greater than their own. Something is out there, dog.
And he was referencing the Night Sisters in that.
The Night Sisters. Yes.
And Thrawn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I get that now. I'm seeing you cutting it deep, Sean. I get it.
Yeah, got my theories, man. I'm trying. And this was it, man. This was that final moment of fucking bringing all rebels together. And then, God damn it.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Which
he was just kind of there.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the other problem that I have with this part of it is, at the end of Rebels, Ezra commits this selfless act of I'm going to save us all and take Thrawn and we're just going to go somewhere. Do you ever expect for them to come get you when you do that? It's not a selfless act if you're like, okay, I did it. Can you come get me now?
So, wait, let me tell you. So I'm telling you, in the world between worlds, when Ezra left and he had Ahsoka on the side of him, Ahsoka and Ezra said, "Come find me when you get out of here." He specifically said, "Come find me." Ezra already knew what his process was. He was going into it. Remember,
but he didn't say that to
if you go back to Rebels, huh?
He didn't say it to Sabine. He said it to Ahsoka, and Ahsoka didn't want to go find him.
No,
she was ready to strand him.
Ahsoka was looking for him. Remember, she was looking for. But true, you're right. She was ready to strand, and she was ready to let him all go.
If I got to bring back all of you, I'm bringing back none of you.
But I think I don't know. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like her journey and her destiny is to go find him. Like, let's be honest. Like, we can say all that, but her destiny, as you can see, led her to go find Ezra.
She didn't have a choice.
Yeah, she really did. So
finding Ezra and Thrawn basically undoes the sacrifice.
Would you say a little?
I said that's what Hu Young said maybe Sabine didn't have a choice. Maybe she didn't have a choice either.
Right. Yeah. You see? So Ezra still got his little 2 scratches there, which is dope. I love that. Man, they really pushed. I don't know what the color of his eyes are. Was Ezra's
They're
eyes
blue.
green?
Oh yeah, bright
Oh,
They're
blue.
always blue.
They're blue.
Very blue.
Need that statue.
So blue.
I need this as a statue.
I mean, that's exactly that was the scene. I'm like,
a little phallic
I'm like,
right here,
there you
but
that ship has big balls.
It's even got a scrotum.
it is totally phallic, but I'll still take it though. Give it to me any day.
So that's just one of those
Yes,
little
you
meme
will.
posters that says "fuck the Empire."
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Their voices of the witches was fantastic.
Oh man, it was
Yeah,
great.
I
They were like,
That effect,
Yeah.
oh, so good.
it was like the old. It's like the old
Mother Taliesin.
Yes, and like, you know, gods and mythical, like, you know what I mean, like the gods and shit of like
Yeah.
3 witches and all that kind of shit was dope.
Oh yeah, the Fates,
Yeah, the Fates.
and I think they even have the same exact names
Mother something
within a few letter variation, but the same as the 3 Fates.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
again they talk about throughout the whole thing is the thread,
Right.
a loose end.
Yeah. Play out both Night Sisters and Jedi.
Yep,
One-
death and resurrection.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of death in this, man. They're bringing back shit, you know. So
Well, we get all the Jedi's as Force ghosts, so they're resurrecting in their own way. So
right.
Yeah, for sure.
the witches and the Jedi, you can't keep them down. Which is interesting because this made me think. Because I know again in the fan forums you get all those who are like, "Oh, Darth Maul, he keeps coming back." Here's exactly why.
Yeah.
The Death Witch.
Oh, man, so you can bring back Darth Maul again.
Well, I mean, again, he's part of the Death and Miri group with the witches, so maybe that's how they keep bringing him back, and
but
they could do it again. I don't know. I mean,
Isn't he buried on Tatooine?
I'm happy with his
Yeah.
end. I really don't need him back, but at least it explains how he keeps coming back.
I agree. I don't want him back either, but
I do in live action. I want him back in live action.
I love this. I love this part right here where he says, "I want to know her background, her history, her homeworld, her master." When you
But
find
he
out,
already knew.
he knows who her master is. He knows Darth Vader, but I don't think he knows that.
Well,
That-
he knows Anakin Skywalker too because of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but he knows Vader too.
Right?
Yeah,
Didn't he know Vader was Anakin?
he's one of the few who
Yeah.
who they think figured it
He
out
knows
because
yeah,
he's
he
smart.
Figured it out, yeah. So he's gonna find that out.
Yeah, he's gonna be real fucking pissed when he finds that out. He's
But he already knows. He already knows Anakin and Darth are the
Well,
same
right, but he's
person.
gonna be pissed at Ahsoka's
that
master.
he knows Ahsoka was his Padawan.
Oh, that's the one thing he doesn't know? Even
Yeah,
from their
because-
time in Rebels?
Yeah, he doesn't know. They never
Okay.
faced off in Rebels.
Oh, they never
And-
saw each other. Okay.
Right.
And again, he may only know her as Fulcrum.
True.
True.
Yeah. Yep. So, ooh, that's gonna be a good one. Dun, dun, dun.
So finding out that Fulcrum and Ahsoka are the same person and that Ahsoka's master was Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting how he processes that information.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The thread of destiny demands it. Grand Admiral Thrawn. I love that, the thread of destiny. I'm like, damn, that's a good one. Oh. Every week I'm gonna be playing that one. Oh, all right, man. That was
on Ahsoka, yeah.
that was it, man. That was the end of that one. So
2 more.
2 more episodes.
And then no Star Wars for quite some time.
Well, we're gonna be unpacking some stuff in the next couple weeks,
Yeah.
but you know, once Ahsoka over, we'll have more content that we'll be doing every week, hopefully. But I hope you guys
What's
all
the next
enjoy it.
Star Wars show after that?
Shit, there ain't none with the writer strike.
Oh, no, Acolyte, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
when
Acolyte finish shooting?
You're
I
not going to.
don't know. Andor was in the process, but it didn't finish.
Yeah.
Maybe Acolyte is done though. I think
I think Acolyte might be done. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
I think so too.
I hope
Production
so.
began October 2022. They wrapped up production in June 23 this year.
We'll still get it, but we're not going to get it to what?
Squeaked
It's in post.
second or middle of next year.
Yeah.
Well, everything's been pushed back to fill in gaps. So,
Welcome to the content black hole.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool if Acolyte sets up the stuff that Thrawn's afraid of?
Yeah. Yeah. There's something else out there, and I know it. I know it was a monster. It was the fucking monsters in the not canon shit, but I forgot what they were called. I gotta look it up.
Bendu.
It's killing me. Yeah. I can't remember what it is. Y'all keep talking, but
Yeah, well, it's got to be something because again, with the Night Sisters, that they ride whales and rancors. Obviously, they're not afraid of monsters. So,
from I don't know what the fuck it is. It's some type of alien monster that is dangerous as shit. I can't remember what it was, but I'll find out. I'll figure it out next week. I'll let y'all know. Any closing thoughts? Anything else that you know what I mean? Great episode.
Great. Can't wait for next week.
yeah.
Music was great again.
It's been good throughout. That has been the high mark of this entire series.
Oh,
Kevin Kiner put it out of the park on this one.
yeah, which was really, really good. Really phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's it, man. This was a fun episode. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Hope to see y'all next week. Hope to see everybody who was watching this week. Man, make sure you guys join us every week. Make sure you like and subscribe to the League of Geeks, to the Geeks. I'm sorry, not the League of Geeks, the Geeks. And subscribe to Stargeekz. We do have a YouTube channel as well that's separate. It's Stargeekz. Go on YouTube. It is there. I do some Star Wars reviews. I'm gonna be doing more as time goes on. And just like and subscribe us, man. Just like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your sisters, tell your brothers, tell your mothers, tell everybody. And this is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Ed.
And this is Kenneth.
And until next time, keep it geeky and may the force be with you.
Always.
And I'm going to end that on. Oh, shit.